to Ghost Connections. It's Saturday the 26th of November 2016 and we've returned to a private residence on the marsh. We've previously had some really interesting stuff happen here, so stick with us and we'll see what we get. What we're going to do now, we're just going to speak to Janet because Janet's had some rather interesting things happen at night, so I'll let Janet tell you all about that. So Janet, would you like to tell us what you've experienced lately, please?
Well, recently I've been sleeping on the sofa at night to try and ease a back problem that I'm currently suffering from. I've been sleeping on here on and off about 6 months. Anyway, one night I woke up and there was this very heavy shadow stood here, and it felt like he was leaning over me. That was quite stocky, not that tall, I'd say about 5'7". And I sort of, because my head was on here, so I sort of moved away, and then he seemed to straighten up because he was leaning over me, and then he walked from there, went round that side of the table and sat over there, and it didn't seem as though he wanted to leave.
And did you feel that he was looking at you at all, observing you?
Intensely, yes, he was watching me.
It's really interesting.
And it gave me quite a creepy feeling, so at that point I skedaddled upstairs and stayed up there for the rest of the night.
And have you returned back down here since?
Yeah.
And have you had that repeated, or?
Occasionally I wake up to feel something sitting over on the settle over there.
So again, it's like the same observation. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for sharing that with us. See if we can get anything happen for us tonight.
Thank you. Of course, the light switch is all the way around because Malcolm open. All cold.
Spend a bit of time up here really, it's an ambience, don't we?
Actually, it's not as cold as sometimes you come up here. It's cold here.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't hit your head on the slopey sea.
Good evening and welcome to Ghost Connections. It's Saturday the 26th of November 2016. We're at a location on the Romney Marsh at a private residence, and hopefully you'll be able to join us. This is a test for our going live at 9 o'clock, and this is a 14th century house, one of the oldest houses in the county, and we've had some good results here before. So what we'll do, we're going to send Kim over there, up here in the attic, which was an inhabited space and has some very odd feelings happening lately for the owners. So Kim's going to do a solo vigil live for you, and if you'd like to join us, please do. I'm just going to pan round and get our house owners to say hello to you. This is Janet.
Hello, I'm Jan.
And this is Malcolm.
Hello, I'm Malcolm.
And there's Kim again,
Hi.
who's going to be going live for you later. So please join us at 9 o'clock. See you later. Do you get any cold drafts up here that you don't expect?
Yes. And also sometimes it plummets, it gets really cold.
Because what I get is this rush of energy in the form of cold air coming this way. I know you've got the stairs open there, but it's not like that. It's like something blasts through this way. It's really weird. I've just sat here.
You should have cold air anyway because the heating's on downstairs and all the doors are
I've not felt it, but I feel it.
I think you'd be right.
There's a huge radiator just there.
Yeah. I sort of see this misty draft go past me all the
That
time.
window is extremely well sealed. Jerry having put in double glazing. Look.
Oh, lovely, yeah.
So you're not going to get much of a draft through there. Observe the curtains are quite so motionless. This is all sealed here, and I've done an awful lot of sealing.
Yeah, sure.
So I think you're not imagining it.
No, I didn't feel it go past me. I feel it up there. You see, I'll see it. It's definitely coming that way all the time.
Yeah.
That makes sense because there's a door there, there's a door there.
There was a door there, and a door there where that picture is now. It goes into a 15th century loft, which is also employed as a room. And if you look at these timbers here up to here, where the collars have been cut away, you'll see the marks where nails were.
Okay.
The lathes were all along. This is entirely lined with lathes, all the way through to there. And there indeed are a few lathes sticking out through a later partition. What's there?
Yeah.
I found fragments of them when we took away a horrible 1960s timbers on the 1960s collars to when we were trying to ensure that this smoke blackened section was preserved by being exposed to the air, and death watch was driven out, preventing decay.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of death watch on the
Death watch
road,
people.
For the first year, we didn't have any.
Oh,
It's
okay.
time, so it's working.
Yes, it's really working.
Good.
All these
Right
writers
out
that end, their original, probably 14th or 15th century, and it's all smoke blackening for when it was an open hearth, and all of this was missing. The smoke went straight up from an earth floor at the base, the room where we were sitting having our coffee. So smoke went up very primitive.
Oh, yeah.
Like the medieval
Whole
Yordle.
house.
Yeah.
Amazing, isn't it?
So they were. There's quite a few of them in Kent that survived. This is one of the earliest, but quite a lot of the larger Wildens have survived. But of course, they're big, expensive properties, and you get a chance of getting in them is a chance to be a fine thing. Jen won't stay up here, will you?
Well, it just makes you sort of makes you feel so depressed. And sometimes when I'm working up here, it's as if I'm being watched.
Yeah. Male or female?
Male, so. For the first time in ages, it's actually warm up here.
Well, this doors are all open, the central heating's on. There's 4 of us here.
You never know, the atmosphere might change when Kim's up here on her own. I hope it does change, so it'd be nice to get something, wouldn't it?
And yeah, there you go, you can see me in the mirror. So I'm just going to go down to the end now and find the light switch, which is down here. I'll just get my torch ready. Right. So let's get. There we go. Right. So I'm afraid it's going to be fairly dark in here tonight. I will sort of turn the camera around at any point, or if you hear anything, or if you see anything, feel anything, if you could let us know in the comments, I'd appreciate that. I think I'm going to sit in a nice comfy chair, which is here. I'm just going to turn this round. Right. Right. Okay. Right, hi. Hi, Ian. Yeah, they've left me upstairs on my own. So all the guys have gone downstairs, which is 2 floors down now. They're in the lounge. Hi, Sam.
and I'm up here on my own. This is the first time I've actually sat up here on my own. We have been here before, but usually I don't like coming up here myself, to be honest. So I'm just going to turn the camera around and have a pan round with the torch. So you can see the end there. We've got a mirror down there, which I find quite interesting. You can hear the traffic a little bit, because we're up quite high now. I don't know if you can hear anything background noise wise, if you could let us know. There's quite a lot of antiques up here, which is quite interesting, depending on your beliefs of what you believe comes with an antique. A lot of people like to do psychometry, if you know what that is, holding an old piece of furniture or an item that could possibly hold memories of the past. I can hear some people in the background, so don't worry about it, it's the pub. Hi Caroline. So as you can see, I'm sitting around quite a lot of antiques. I'm going to be quiet in a minute just to see whether I can actually hear anything myself. So if I just turn that back around. So I don't want to look a bit Blair Witchy. I just want to listen to the sound of the room for a moment, just while it's settling, because there's been 4 of us up here. Is there anyone here in the loft with me this evening? I'm just going to turn around this end. You've got a clock up there. That's where the stairs are over there. An old radio. If there's anyone in here with me, can you make a noise, please? There's no wind this evening. Thank you for that. There is no wind. We did actually comment on it just now when we went outside. It's quite still at the moment. I think that noise you may just hear is a lorry outside. The only way out is right down the far end. I think the owner was telling me in the 15th century there was a doorway by the chimney breast down there through to that property, and a doorway here through to that property. Oh, the torch went out then. Oh, right, lights have gone. Sorry, I've got the torch has just gone. For some reason I can't get it to start. Nope, I've lost the torch. Is there anyone in this loft with me? Could you make a noise, please? Could you bang on something, touch me, whisper in my ear, anything? Sorry, it's going to be a bit boring for you now, guys, and I haven't got a torch. Thanks, Sam. I don't know what's happened to my torch. Just going to lay that down on the floor. If you can hear a noise, that's just me putting that down.
and that's kind of rolled away on the floor. That's how uneven the floor is. Actually, I couldn't I? I don't know if it's... I can't even see it. I need to look for my phone. I can't see bugger all now, unfortunately. Hang on. I have my phone up here somewhere. And a lighter. I hope they don't mind me lighting their candle. Oh God, sorry guys. This is going wrong. It's really dark. Right, hang on guys. Okay, I've just lit the candle. That's the only piece of light now that we've got up here. As you know, if you've been watching, my torch failed just now. I have no idea why. Had new batteries in. So I'm now candlelight only. And the creaking is me on an antique chair. It's actually made it quite atmospheric in here. Oh, we seem to have a connectivity issue all of a sudden. I don't know why that is either. I don't know, Caroline. It was very strange. It went off, then it came back on, and then it just went off, and it wouldn't work. Obviously, if you were, I take it you were watching the whole time, and I couldn't get it to come back on. It's a possibility. Let's look at it. On the other hand, it could just be the batteries have failed, but as I said, there were brand new batteries in there, so I don't know. It depends your take on it, to be fair. Start again. However, there seems to have been a change in atmosphere. Whether that's because I've lit the candle and has set a scene, so to speak, I can't explain that. It just feels different up here now. I actually feel quite out of breath. The whole atmosphere has changed. Yet there's no sound whatsoever. Obviously you can hear the background sound of the pub, but actually in the loft itself there is actually no noises whatsoever, unless you can hear something. That's true. I'll give it a smash about later on the break. Is there anyone up here with me? 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 Just noticed that dot going across the screen. I think it's something to do with the camera. If anyone says there's an orb, it's obviously something to do with the camera. I don't know if you can see that. Rejigging it up and down. Can you see that? There. It's not a floating entity or anything like that.
Kim,
Cigarette, yeah.
you've just done your live solo vigil of the attic space up here in the room. How did you get on? Anything good?
It was interesting. I mean, I've done solo vigils before, but we weren't live. And I found, unfortunately, I was making sure that the audience were interested rather than really concentrating on the whole concept of investigating, to be fair. However, a couple of things did occur while I was live, which was there was a noise of something falling, the torch failed, and then I had to light a candle, which was suggested by one of the people who were actually watching the live feed. When I did light the candle, yeah, I mean, it was very atmospheric because it changes the whole lighting of a room, a candle does. And yeah, there were different feelings then. I felt out of breath, whether that's all a play in the mind because of, you know, different lighting effects or whatever, who knows. But yeah, it's quite an interesting half an hour actually.
What do you think the noise of, it was quite loud listening back on it, there was a big dropping noise, wasn't there?
I couldn't find anything on the floor. When I turned the light on, I had a look, and I couldn't find anything on the floor. I don't know what it was.
It's a mystery, isn't it?
I mean, I was scrabbling around in the dark looking for my lighter to light the candle. My lighter was on the floor after I'd used it. I hadn't put it anywhere, I'd put it on the floor. So I don't think it was that falling off of anywhere, which is the only thing that was on the floor other than the torch.
To be quite honest, judging by the loudness of the sound came through, it sounded like something rather more substantial anyway than a lighter.
It was quite loud when I actually in the room, so and everybody heard it as well, which was interesting. So that's good.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thanks. Kim was up here earlier. I'm in the attic room of a 14th century house in a village on the Romney Marsh. Kim had some quite interesting experiences earlier. So I've got the torch that failed her. It's now working perfectly fine without doing anything to it. So let's see if it fails me. Behind I've lit a candle. And during the vigil, Kim had a really loud noise. Something dropped somewhere. She could not determine where that came from or what it was. So let's see if I can get something. So I'm going to call out. I feel a bit spooked because we've just done a vigil downstairs. Not live, but we've cammed it. And we had quite a few interesting noises down there and some odd experiences. Hi Sam, how are you? Please stick with me. Hi Christine, thanks for joining me. The more the better, because obviously I'm on my own. And it gives you a sense that you're not alone in a place that's a bit spooky. Thank you, Caroline. Thanks very much. I'll just show you the view. I've got a torch on, which, as I said, is working at the moment. So you can see I'm in the same place as Kim. There's the clock. And it says 11:10. Oops, I'm a bit late. Thanks, Alex. I'll need it. Just note, Sam, that really does say 11:10. Obviously, as Kim said before, there's noise coming from outside a road. There's a pub. Although the music stopped, you can hear a few people talking. We're going to try and discount that. So if you do hear voices, it's very likely to be that. But what I want, and what we want, is some loud noises in here to see who's with us. This was an inhabited room from many years ago. They've made it into like a den up here. They could sort of work from this desk here. But they don't like being up here on their own because it turns a very strange atmosphere. Right now it feels absolutely fine. Come up the stairs. Let me hear you walk up the stairs, which are down that side there where I'm shining the torch. This house was built in about 1380. It's been dendrochronology. There would have been a chimney up here, and it was open right to the bottom, ground floor, and the fire, and the smoke would have gone straight up out. It's had a bit of history, this place. Must be lots of memories locked in the walls. I think Kim had the luckiest vigil up here with the noises she heard. Do you know, Caroline, it's really weird you said that. Is there a lady there? That's been going through my mind, like a female presence up here. So I find that interesting. Do you get any more about that, Caroline? Any description? There's a female spirit here with us. Please come towards me. Make your presence known. Come and sit beside me in one of these chairs. Make it creak. Right, not a lot's happening up here. I'm going to blow the candle out, but what I'm going to do is go down to, connect maybe with the chair. Maybe shy, maybe teasing. Yeah, possibly. Certainly teasing. I'm going to go down these stairs, so I'm going to take you with me. And there's a room I want to sit in which just has a really odd atmosphere to me, and hopefully we'll get something just for the last 5 minutes, but I'm going to blow the candle out. I'll change the view. Go, goodbye candle, just make sure that goes out. And I'm going to put the snuffer back on top. I should have done that anyway, did that the wrong way around. There you go, that's out, so I can leave here. I need to take this with me. Now, this is a bit hair-raising going down these steps. I'm going to have to call out to the guys downstairs so they know what I'm doing, because we'll be able to hear them if they talk. Bear with me if I fall down these stairs, because they're tiny. I'm just going to say that this is the room I want to do. I'll tell you in a minute. Kim? Yeah. I'm just going to do 5 or 10 minutes in the little room where we were. Yeah, okay. So, back along here. Right, this room is creepy. Earlier, you weren't here because we did it on cam, but I'll show you what happened. Malcolm retrieved an object from this chest, and when he pulled the curtains back, that figure there was totally facing towards the window. Now, neither he nor Janet have done that, so that's a bit weird. I'm going to sit on this bed. I can't tell you what it is about this room, but apparently lots of people come in here and don't like the feeling of it, and it is a room that sort of grabs your attention. If you can hear talking, it's Malcolm, Janet and Kim downstairs, so we'll discount that. Welcome, Julia from Canada. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. Please, can you do something for me? Do your best for me, please. Hi, Tina. I've got a weak connection here. I hope I don't lose you. It's a privilege to be in a house like this. 1380. Tiny rooms, you know, like low ceilings. This amazing chimney breast. It's huge. It's definitely got an oppressive, negative feeling about this room. Move something in the room, move something on that table. Remember, if you can hear talking, it's coming from downstairs. I'm going to sit on this chair. Ooh. There you go. You're welcome to join me. I'm not scared by you, I just want to know that you're here. Come and see me. Connection's weak, I hope I don't lose you. Please, no. Got 12 people watching, thanks everybody. Keeping me company, because could be a bit spooky without your input. With a gun on that table, hand pistol, dating from 17 something. I'll show you. Look at that, amazing. Can you walk along the landing? Oh, Tina, where do you mean? So, 2 white circles in the right corner above the lamp, so above there. I didn't see that, I have to watch that back. Did anybody else see it? Could be a bit spooky without your input. Could be a bit spooky without your input. Could be a bit spooky without your input. No, nothing in here. Sorry, I don't. So what I'll do. I still got you.